be joining, which is fine. And we'll begin with our prayers. Just a minute. I think.
Ma'am, actually, I work according to the Eastern Standard Time, but I am in India.
Okay.
So, ma'am, there is a complete reversal of cycle. So when everybody sleeps here, I wake up, and when everybody is waking up, I sleep.
Prabhu, I understand. That's a very nice thing that you're chanting. Also, you are a part of the whole process of, and you're being on time every day. So that's a wonderful thing. Prabhu, 1 second. Prajesh Prabhu, I need those papers also. Let me see. Let me just check. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakya Chakcharoन्मीलितान् येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपादान्तिकं. हे कृष्ण करुण सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते. तप्त काञ्चन गौरंगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वाञ्छकल्पतारुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासवादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. All are welcome to the Bhagavad Gita in 18 days. We are just having the glimpse and having the sort of, just a small fragrance and the taste of what is it inside. We haven't gone inside at all. And in this 18 days, it is not possible. But then we would really appreciate that if you all are going to continue with us in this journey for from 18 days to the level 2, so where we will have a deeper study. And before we move on, our obeisance and respects and all to all the devotees and our deity Radha Govinda of ISKCON temple. And we also show and give regards and respects to the Mangalore ISKCON temple, and especially Namanishtadas Prabhuji. We have got the opportunity to travel this, with the destination, with the boarding pass, and we are in the safe gate. We know that we are on the board and we are going to fly and we are going to reach the destination. So that is for sure. And once we enter into this journey, thank you and welcome you all. So we move on to the chapter 7. Before that, just recollection of whatever we have done till now. 1/4 is done. I mean, that's 1/4 in the sense like the first six chapters. And that's the upper part of the sandwich. In between is the nectar, is the bhakti. So we are going to really enjoy these 6 chapters, the coming like 7 to 12. And then we have logics and reasonings and, the philosophy, all that from 13th onwards. Why? That is the jnana. That is, so although the words like jnana, you will listen to this and, science, vijnana, and nearer to Krishna. But this 7 to 12 is the beauty, is the bhakti. You just enjoy, you get each and every minute that essence of it. And when you enter into this bhakti bhava, you will find the whole world around you is all like, so immaterial for that. And automatically, anything and everything, when you keep Krishna in the center, it is going to have a beautiful journey. So what we did was, advancing in Ashtanga Yoga. Many of you said, oh, you'll be able to do. And of course, Krishna, Arjuna says our mind, controlling the mind is so difficult. Is it really possible? So that's what Arjuna was asking, I mean, it's so difficult. It really, It is, yes, he says it is difficult, but abhyasa. So when you practice it, then stages of Ashtanga Yoga practice, we did like Rahasisthitha, how steadfast and steadiness, Yama, Niyama, Pratyahara, all that you follow. And, then when we leave the body, then where are we? So why control the mind? Because it's only possible only by Abhyasena to Kaunteya, only by Abhyasam, by practice. So we also saw destination of unsuccessful yogi. Where will he go? He'll come back and he'll have a, maybe a very rich family, maybe a very highly Vedic, the person who is doing all these austerities in that family, in that sort of a family, maybe we are all there. Half of it we could do and we have come back. So Bhakti Yoga is the topmost. So that is what was the final. And then I also discussed that Navavida, we start austerity, charity, sacrifice, everything is done. It is fine. We keep doing it. And slowly those things lead to, so into Krishna's consciousness. How do we get into that? Only by Mahamantra chanting slowly and keeping Krishna in the center. Yes, next, Prabhu. Yes, so today our chapter is the knowledge of the absolute, Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Vijnanam itself, we will think Vijnanam is a science, it's a research, it's the evidence-based, and unless and until you see things and we don't believe in it. But then he's around you, you need to experience that. Bhakti is one thing each individual experiences in their own way. The process is taught, the stages are taught, and you need a guru, you need an acharya, you need somebody to guide you. But you need to experience. The experiences doesn't come all of a sudden. It takes a long time. But that prema bhakti may come. It depends on, how much we carried on from our previous birth. It does come. I was listening to one of the Prabhu in Mangalore, is called Heath, and he teaches level 3. So that is all like, it is not, it's inborn. We say progeny, we say like, something is brought, the music or any performing art or anything excelling. So we bring in with us. That is the prarabdha karma. We have brought something with us, and that stays, that is there in our memory. Yes. So that jnanam we are going to find out. Yes. Today we will keep reciting the shloka also, the first one. And Rajshekhar Prabhu, if you want, you can. And
Yes,
or Swani, Pratik, Saloni Mataji, anybody can unmute 1122 shlokas. We will recite the shloka, okay? Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, ma'am. Shri Bhagavana Uvacha Mai
No, you recite the whole shloka. Yeah.
Okay. Shri Bhagavana Uvacha Mai Asakta Manah Partha Yogam Yogam Yugdam Madhashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Gyanasyasi Tachrunuhu.
Yes, Tachruno. So he will keep saying, you listen. You know what? Tachruno. You listen to that. What? Now here, O son of Pratap. Sri Bhagavan is saying, how? By practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt. So it is asamchaya. There is no doubt. You will be able to. So you saw the same posture there also in the 6th chapter. Everything to him, but then into that samadhi level. Is that possible? And is this possible? So Krishna is saying, just fully focus on me and your mind is attached to me. Then when you are doing that, free from doubt, you are going to come to me. Yes, next. Second, Jnanam Teham. Yes, next, Prabhu.
Okay, ma'am.
1 second, Mataji.
No, Prajesh Prabhu will...
Is it visible, Mataji?
Yes, visible, Prabhu.
Okay.
No problem. Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshyamya sheshatah Yajnatva neha bhuyo anya yatyavya avashishyate. I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and nominal, by knowing which there shall remain nothing further to be known. See, he's going to keep now telling. Ninth chapter is like a secret knowledge. He's going to give us all that knowledge that is phenomenal, all his opulences, 64 effulgences, opulences, all about him. He's going to tell. Why is he telling? Why should we know about him? So that is where he's making us feel comfortable, that why should we just focus on me? Because we are into this, we need, the ultimate goal is to liberate this soul. Father is waiting in the house, and we are into this prison, enjoying that this is, not even realizing that this is a prison, not even realizing that we have been caught into that durg, that inside, and we feel, oh, we very comfortably, we are enjoying that, that superficially licking the honey and thinking that this is the final, this is the ultimate. So he's going to explain it to us. So next slide, Prabhu. Are you able to, or
Yes,
do I share
third
the
one?
screen? No, I'm asking Prajesh Prabhu. Are you able to share, or do I share the screen?
I'm able to, Mataji.
Okay, the third one. Manushyana Sahasreshu. The next slide.
Manush.
It's not in the
Mataji, you can see, right? Like I'm in the third one. Is it proper?
what happened?
This is the slide that I have to show, right? Third one.
No, this is done. 7.2 is done. Next one. Next slide. And make it
I
into
am in
this.
7.3.
Okay, 7.6. Next, can you, enlarge this, like in the screen?
Slideshow.
The screen.
It is in slideshow. I mean, what can you see right now?
We can see the
happened?
PowerPoint slides on the left hand side and the display on the
There
right
up,
hand side.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Above insert.
Click on enable editing and then you can slideshow.
Oh,
Yes.
can you see now?
Yes, now this is 7.3.
Actually,
Yes,
the
Rajshekhar
screen
Prabhu,
had
you can read
stuck
the
in the
shloka.
previous one. Like for me, I could see this one. Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Now it's fine,
Okay,
right?
okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. No problem. Rajshekhar Prabhu, can you read?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Manusyanam
Sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvatah.
Yes, Manushyanam Sahasreshu. You see this marathon race everywhere. We see all this marathon, and you see, like, for the Olympics, for the Asiad Games, for the Commonwealth Games, and everybody practices, everybody. But then Manushyanam Sahasreshu, out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection. And of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. Hardly one knows. So Krishna knows that, everybody may try the process. I mean, he doesn't deny that people are not trying. But then in truth, who knows Krishna? One who is totally engrossed, one who is totally involved, one is totally 24/7, in Krishna consciousness, but keeping on by doing all the prescribed duties. But you know what? There's so much of happiness. There's so much inside. You will feel that, experience that happiness. Do anything and everything without cribbing and without, crying out and what I'm doing, self-pity. There is, low self-esteem and keeping those desires. When we keep chanting, when we keep thinking Krishna is the center, then what happens is everything you're doing for Krishna, a separate energy comes. And these are all my experiences, okay, personal experiences. But I'd like to share this because I know once you get into this, there is no end to it. You will go in and in and in, and you will see that is the real happiness. So he is explaining, he says, one only comes to know out of thousands. Yes, next, Prabhu. When we start experiencing the bhakti, you will give all your own experiences and you will enjoy that. Yes, read the
Okay.
shloka.
भूमेरपो नलो वायुः रवं मनो बुद्धिरेव च अहंकार इतीयं मे भिन्ना प्रकृति रष्टधा
Yes, Prakriti is Ashtada. Ashtada is 8.
अष्टधा.
Main is Ashta Shaktis. So, even, you know what? He is there. Where all he's there, he is explaining. Because he is actually coming out with the absolute truth. What is it? I'm there in earth. Earth, water, fire, all these are all material energies. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. All together, these 8 comprise my separated material energy. So it is all separate from him, like external energies. The separate material energies is like earth, water. So all those is in detail we will be seeing in the other slides also. So earth, water, we need to remember everything around us is all Krishna. So this material energies is also from him. So these Ashta energies. Yes, next. Yes, the
Okay,
fifth one also you can read. We can't leave the shlokas. Shlokas are really beautiful in this. Aperayamitarastva
अपेर
anyam.
yeah.
Mm.
अपेरयम् इतस्त्वा अन्यं प्रकृतिं विद्धि मे परां जीवभूतां महाबाहो ययेदं धार्यते जगत्.
So besides this inferior nature, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is a superior energy of man. The external energy, what you saw is, apart from that, that is all inferior nature. But then there is a superior energy of mind, which are in all living entities who are struggling with material nature and are sustaining the universe. So you will see anything and everything. Can you see the image? Anything and everything has got his potential energy. But inside that soul is super soul. So you will understand that all of them reside in him. All of them reside. So apart from this material energy, which is the inferior nature, material energy is not, it's not because super soul is not, it is external energy. And because it is struggling in the material nature, that superior energy is also there and in all living entities. That is this image which is showing, whether it is all from him. You can see in every living entity he is residing. So that's why I keep telling, when you really dislike a person, when you get angry on a person, to make it, to bring back your kindness is like immediately think, oh, he's watching from inside in the other person also. When you start realizing that, you will find the journey is beautiful. When you look at somebody who's really hating, that thought of yours gives a vibration, gives an energy to that person. Even if that person is an enemy, his attitude towards you will change. That is when we realize, and when you pass on this energy, that's the transferring of energy, because it's all Krishna's energy. Okay, so yes, next. 7.7. Yes.
Okay, man.
Mm.
मतः मत्तः परतरं नान्यात् किंचिद् अस्ति धनञ्जयः मयि सर्वम् इदं प्रोतं सूत्रे मणिगणा इव.
The next one also. It is 6 and 7. 6 now.
Okay, 6. Okay. एतद् योनीनि भूतानि सर्वाणीत्युपधारयः अहं कृत्स्नस्य जगतः प्रभवः प्रलयस्तथाः.
So of all that is material and all, yes, anybody?
We are not able, like I am not able to see the shlokas. I'm just able to see the translation of it.
Yes, dear, there is no shloka here. It is only the numbers. So I'm asking Prabhu to recite.
Okay.
So it is not given here. You're right. Of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world, know for certain that I am both its origin and dissolution. So, O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. So when you see a thread, the pearls are there, but who is there inside? So when we have that pearl garland, pearl, you are seeing that. So everything is inside him, outside him is potential energy, his energy is energetic. Okay, but he's in the personal form. He's just not a ball of fire. He's not. So he says, of all that is material, all that is spiritual in this world, know for certain, I'm both its origin and dissolution. So he's a creator, maintainer, and sustainer, everything, protector. So whatever you see, that everything rests on him only. Yes, next. Rajesh Prabhu. So, that previous one. Yes. Here I said protector, maintainer, annihilator, everything. So Shiva, you see Brahma, Shiva, and yes, in between the Vishnu. So maintainer, protector, Brahma, creator, but it is also his energy only. And then Shiva, annihilate. So the dissolution also takes place through him. It is all his energy, which is being prescribed, which is being given to all of them. Yes.
I'm 7.8.
Yes, 7.8.
रसोऽहम् अप्सु कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशि सूर्ययोः प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दः रवे पौरुषं नृषु.
Thank you, Prabhuji. O son of Kunti, Arjuna, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and the ability in man. When we drink water, just offer and drink in the morning. Many complain that they don't drink water because, you get anything from outside and then, oh, I had. So he is the taste. If you drink water, visualize, imagine, oh, he is the taste in the water, such lovely water, giving the appreciation. Sun and moon has the light, and that light is him. The syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. In the mantras, we begin with the Pranava mantra. It is Prana mantra, Pranava mantra. We begin all our chanting with Om. Any shlokas you will listen, any Vedic mantra, it starts with Om, and it is him. I am the sound. So ether, they're all, the intellectuals and the researchers and the scientists are all still doing, there is some vacuum, there is some space, there is something which they are not able to understand. Still the researchers are all going on, but it is all in our scripts. He's a sound in the ether. Ether cannot be experienced or seen. Air cannot be seen, but it can be felt, it can be experienced. You can really have that feeling, oh, it's airy. It is, all those feelings, all those expressions that you have in these elements is all him. I am the sound, it's all Krishna. I am the sound in ether and the ability in man. The ability, the energy, the potential in a person is also Krishna. Yes, next. So this is what and who. We have so many of them, but still from 8 to 11 shlokas. When we do a detailed study in level 2, we will understand how he is the taste in the water. So what, among whom, and what and who. Saloni Mataji, if you want, you read this slide.
Yes, ma'am. What, who, or what, among who? Taste, water, light, moon or sun, Om, Vedic mantras, sound, ether, ability, man, fragrance, earth, heat, fire, life, all that lives, penance, all ascetics, original seed, all existences, intelligence, intelligent, prowess, all powerful man, strength, the strong, devoid of passion and desire, sex life, not contrary to religious principles.
Yes, moon and no, go to the previous. Yes, moon and sun, light, we saw like Om Vedic mantras also, sound also. Now, fragrance, when you pour some, when the first rain comes, that fragrance from the earth comes. You need to really experience that. I don't know how many of you have done that. That is, I mean, with this fast life, I don't know, all those things I've realized or not. In fire, there is heat and light, everything, it is him. Okay. So all that life in that is also Krishna. Then the penance, all, see, he is above all this, but he is also into this. That is the beauty. In Ishava Upanishad, you will understand. In level 2, there is one which has got just 18 mantras. When you go through it, all contradictions. He's very far, he's very close. So same way, the anything and everything, all these opulences is in him. Then original seed for all these existences. Intelligence, that is, the intelligent is in it. So the powers, all powerful men. Strength, strong, the devoid of passion and desire. This person who's like, have in the mode of passion, the mode of desire, is not in that. Otherwise, it's strong. Sex life, not contrary to religious principles. It is so important. It's very, very, it is like not contrary to religious principles. So marriage with all those 7, the mantras you've heard, whatever is in Vedic, like after brahmacharya, about 25 years, one has gone into the Garhastha. So that sex life is within the religious principles. So those who follow that is also Krishna. Yes, next. Yes, you can read the shloka, 12th.
Yes, ma'am. Ye chaiva satvika bhava rajasastamasascha ye mata evati tanvidhi natav aham teshu te mayi.
All states of being, be they of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, are manifested by my energy. I'm in one sense everything, but I'm independent. He's not into this. I am not under the modes of this material nature. So we all are born, we all have all these 3. So you are seeing like Krishna is above all this. But then all 3 of them, the mode of goodness, in the morning, you're chanting, you have all that freshness, you are in the Brahma Muhurta time. We have it in the whole day, we will see. But check, like, okay, in the afternoon, running to the office, rushing and, getting angry on the traffic jam and not getting on time, not getting food on time, not cooking, or, somebody who has cooked, shouting, anxiety, all that. That is mode of passion. See, one thing is in mode of passion, anxiety, goal setting, doing austerities is also there. They also worship, like we all do. And but we have that anxiety, we have that stress, and we have that, come on, do it. Naikya, why you didn't do that, anger. So that is where we need to have a control. So we need to check all that. But we're all born with this 3 modes. So then the mode of ignorance. Ignorance is, it's like maybe like toxication. And so the ones which are not prescribed, the ones which are so it's totally into the mode of ignorance. It's like totally ignorant means it is, all that alcoholism, everything comes into this. So not realizing, not having any knowledge. But Krishna is above, although he's a creator, although he's made all this, but he's independent. In one sense, is everything, but is independent. He doesn't come into this. So you're seeing that, like, we are all puppets under all these 3 modes. That is the image you're seeing. Yes, next, Prabhu. Yes, you can read the 13th shloka, but there is one more picture in this. It's not clear. How do we reach him? Yes. Okay. So above all these 3 modes, that's being envious. And so all these 3 modes, it's like snake and ladder game. which pushes you down, which takes you, the ladder which takes you, and all above, and then falling down from the snake's tip. So that is the like the picture image here. How do you reach Krishna? You are seeing, the envious, being ignorant, being in the mode of passion in the center. You are seeing those images. Yes, 13th shloka.
Okay. त्रिभिर् गुणमायैर् मयैर्भवेर् इभि सर्वम् इदं जगत् मोहितं नाभिजानाति मामेभ्यः परमव्ययम्.
Very nice. Thank you. Tribhir gunamayair bhavavairabi, deluded by the three modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. It is like, sattva, rajas, tamas. That is Sanskrit words. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. The whole world does not know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible. So he is above all these three modes. He doesn't come into that. He's like, but we are all born with these three modes. How do we balance it? How do we take it? How do we make sure that we try to be linking and be in Krishna consciousness? Is all what we have the buddhi, that, take away that false ego, take away all those vices from us. So how do we keep purifying? When we start knowing the truth of Krishna, the absolute truth, so automatically there is a way, when you start knowing your goal, so the process automatically sets in. So we are trying to understand that jnana. How do I get into the bhakti? How do I get into there is a way is laid already. Okay, so the way is laid, saying that these are all thorns. Now, how do I remove those thoughts? Because it's all in our minds only. It is there. The scientists do not know where the mind is. It's your consciousness, your mind. So whatever is there in the material nature is also created, it is this energy, but he is not into this energy. He is not entangled. We are only, totally into the condition. We are all conditioned souls. We have come here with our own desire because of this birth and death cycle. Yes, next problem. Okay, so read the 14th shloka.
Okay, ma'am. Daivihi isha guna gunmayi mama maya duratyaya mame vaye prapadyante maya metam taranti te.
Okay, this divine energy of mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond me. That is, the divine energy. You're seeing such a beautiful image. What is that being done? So we are into this sagara. We are into this ocean. What is this ocean? This ocean is all with the material nature. We are into it. We are just getting into it. But the divine energy of mind is, although it's difficult to overcome, but those who have surrendered into me, you just raise your hand. You say that I am there. He will hold your hand and pull you out. He is there to pull you out. That is what he is explaining. And this image is so beautiful. Before, I mean, you're seeing, he is not even allowing Garuda to be there, but he is there to pull you out. Yes, next. So, 15. Namam Dushkritino. Rashikar Prabhu. Namam Dushkritino.
Namam Dushkritino Mudaha Prapadyante Naradhamaha Mayaya Praharta Jnana Asuram Bhavamashritaha.
So three things: Mudaha, Dushkritino, Naradhama. So all of them, those who are into, they are all into mode of ignorance. Those who don't realize, those who don't understand, those who don't believe, those who don't have faith, a lot of atheists, like, so those miscreants who are grossly foolish, lowest among mankind, Naradhama, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion. I mean, I don't believe. Where is God? Who is God? I know everything. So they are all dushkriti now. And those who partake of the atheistic nature of demons do not surrender into me. So now he's explaining who surrenders, who comes to me, and who do not surrender to me. Oh, it is all like, it's a creation, it's nature, it is, even nature they wouldn't realize. So Naradhama, Modatma, Dushkratino, so they will not, Asura Bhava. Asura Bhavam is Sura Asura. So Asura Bhavam, those who are not pious, those who have got the demonic nature, they will not surrender. Okay, next. This is a beautiful image. We are all, the mode of ignorance here, mode of passion, mode of, you're on the, on your screen also you will see that Naradhama story, no, Jagai Madai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were like, in the mode of ignorance and how they come out. Today we'll have Ambarisha story and Jagai Madai story also you will read. Here the ass is carrying everything. Now what does it show? That the donkey thinks that, look, I am doing the work, more work, more work, more work, more work, not realizing it is only this much of grass is going to get, but still, it'll be working so hard, knowing very well this is what is the result. So the mode of, now in the center, what you are saying is like, it's mode of passion, do, all the anxieties and all that, but it is for fruitive action, for the desire. They can do anything. And whom do you see in this? Whom do you see in this? I think it's with 10 heads, no? With most difficult austerities, most difficulty, yajna, tapasa, they will do. And to get what they desire, to get, maybe like being immortal, being like all the desire, all the kingdom, all the wealth, everything to ask for. Mainly they'll do all this. It is Asura again. Yes, next. We have to assess ourselves where we stand. Next, Prabhu. Hmm.
7.16. Okay, ma'am. Just a second. Okay. Chaturvidha bhajante mam janaha sukritino arjunaha arto jigyasur artithi jnani cha bharatarshavaha.
So 4 types of people worship. They go near him. Chaturvidha bhajante mam. They worship me. How do they do? Best among Bharatas, Arjuna, 4 kinds of pious men render devotional service unto me. The distressed, those who are really in pain, and they say, hey Bhagavan, do something, for some money, for some food, for some shelter. The desirer of wealth, that is the second one. I need more. So the inquisitive, those who are very, very curious to know. Then the 4th is and he who is searching for knowledge for the absolute, that is Jnani. So Jigyasu is the inquisitive person. Desirer, Artharthi, I need more, I need service, I need car, I need work. So the desirer of wealth also worship. Distress, those who are in pain. So the 4 types, those are Sukritino. Yes. Next is the slide which will clearly show who all, for examples. So the first one is Gajendra Moksha. Was he Jigyasu or Artharthi? What was it? Gajendra.
Jigyasu.
What does it show?
Jigyasu.
Gajendra, he is in distress, he is in pain. Crocodile is holding. So what is the first one? The first one is in distress, no? That elephant is in distress. Yes. Then the second is Draupadi. So Draupadi, we can't say Jigyasu or Jnani.
Ma'am, distress.
What is she doing?
Distress.
Distress, yes, she is in distress. The clothes have been, that is dropped. So she is in distress. The third one is a beautiful one. You know what? Again, distress. How? Actually, it is Vedavyasa's wife, and Vedavyasa's son is Shukha. So he doesn't come out at all for almost 12 to 14 years.
15 years.
So Vedavyasa goes to Krishna and says, do something, my wife is in pain. So the son says, no, no, I'm not coming. You're still having that mode of passion. You are more interested in your wife. So then when Krishna says, actually Shukha doesn't want to come out of the, he says, no, there's so much of pain and the bondage in the material world. Such a jnani. So Shukha is the one who recites all the Srimad Bhagavatam to chants, does explanation to Parikshit Maharaj in Naimisharanya. So he says, I don't want to come out. So then Krishna promises, I will. So that is also distress, because Vedavyasa is seeing that his wife is in pain. And that's what you're seeing here. So this chanting, this is Jigyasu. You're seeing Shukha Maharaj with, is explaining to Parikshit, Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is Jigyasu, to know more about Krishna. That is curiosity. And the next one is, can anybody tell me? You all know. The fifth. Who is this 5-year-old? Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj, have you heard the story? Dhruva?
No, ma'am.
Yeah. So Dhruva Maharaj is like, Shuchi, so Suniti and Surichi. He wants to sit on the lap of his father, but the stepmother doesn't allow. He says, like, you go and you pray, then you go and do some yajna and tapasa to be born into with, that I should be your mother, only then you can sit on your father's lap. So he goes and does a tapas, although Narada keeps coming and saying that don't do this, it's so difficult. But he is so determined. Basically, he does the yajna and tapasa only to attain that kingdom in distress. But then, when he looks at Narayana, Narada is the guru. Narada explains, and the way the austerity is done, nobody can do. So that detail is there. 20 days with a leaf only, with the air only, with like everything stops in Prapancham. That seriously he does the tapas. And then finally he says, I don't want the kingdom. When I have seen you, that's the bliss. Of course, the kingdom is given. So anyway, so the next one, what you see is, after him only we have Dhruva star. Yes, dear. Yes, Srijitam. Yes. So the next one, what you see is Vali Sugriva. Okay, so that is again the one who is Artharthi. They want the kingdom. So that is the kingdom. So again, Jigyasu, no. Artharthi. I need the wealth. I need the kingdom. I need everything. I need all the pleasure. So those type of people also worship it. The last image that you see is Jnani, above everything. Okay, so next Prabhu. Yes, 17th one. Can
Yes,
you read?
Yeah. Tesham jnani nityayukta eka bhaktir vishishyate priyo hi jnaninotyartham aham sa cha mama priyaha.
Of these, the wise one who is in full knowledge in union with me through pure devotional service is the best. For I'm very dear to him, and he is also dear to me. So, pure devotional service without any expectations. That's what we have been seeing, like, in 3rd chapter, Karma Yoga, 5th chapter, Karma Yoga in Krishna consciousness. So, Artharthi, Jigyasu, we don't have to ask anything. He knows what do we need. He knows what is there with us. He knows what is to be given to us. So, when small things you experience, bring Krishna into the whole activity, all the activities from the morning till evening, you will be really pleased and to understand he's doing everything. So you will really start talking to him, start relating to him. You will enjoy his presence. You will know that he is there with you. You will know, you will experience. That bhakti cannot be explained. The stages can be explained, the process can be explained, The what, how, why, everything can be explained. But the application and the experiences and the enjoyment, only you yourself can do. No one else can do. All these processes that you're listening is the first process of getting into Krishna's consciousness. What, like, bringing him that for the bhakti. That is, we are all listening. So listening and then chanting. In that process also, you don't apply anything. We are doing it as an abhyasa. But once you read, you go into detail, then you will understand. So he says, the wise only who is having this full knowledge in union with me through pure devotional services is the best. Many of them don't want even moksha. They don't want mukti. They don't want Vaikuntha. They just want to keep doing the devotional service. Yeah, like Hanuman, like even, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is given that, like, oh, I don't need. There are many of the sages who said, we will keep doing the devotional services here itself. We are okay. We don't need the mukti. We don't need the moksha. We don't need the Vaikuntha. We are happy here doing devotional services. Yes, next.
Yes, ma'am. Bahunam janmanamante ज्ञानवान् मान् प्रपद्यते वासुदेवः सर्वमिति स महात्मा सुदुर्लभः.
Is it 22? It's gone to 22. Okay,
Okay.
Bahunam Janmana.
Okay, I read 19, ma'am.
Okay, but he is showing 22. Rajesh Prabhu, did we miss any? Just check before this slide.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, one more slide was there, I think. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. This is a very important one. Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadhyate. So after many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me. This is a beautiful image. I remember this image. That's why I said, oh, why we are missing that? It's all Ras Leela. Ras Leela, when you get into this, you will understand, there are a lot of misconception, misunderstanding, but we have to be very clear. All our sages in the Treta Yuga, when they were all sages, they wanted to be with Sri Rama, and they said, we would like to be your wives even. So he said, no, I'm Eka Vrata, like Eka Dharma Vrata, Dharma Patni. I cannot have too many, because they were interested in that conjugal love with Paramatma, with Bhagavan. So what do? Okay, I am coming in Dwapara Yuga. I'm going to be born and I will be with you all. You can all have. So that love, that bliss, that Satchidananda Rupa, that is the conjugal love. Otherwise, can anybody get into marrying 16,800 when he imprisoned, when that demon imprisoned all these girls? So they said, we cannot go back to the society. He freed them, but then they cannot go back. So they were all imprisoned. So what do we do? So Sita went into fire to show it, to prove it, but then everybody cannot. So Krishna says, okay, I will marry you all. And he was there with everybody. He was, in Dwaraka, he was with one person here playing with the kid, or there, helping the wife. So can any person do this? Can any individual do this? All this realization happens after many births and death. He who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me. This is all those sages. That is, you will see the Ras Leela and all these gopis with Krishna. Yes. Next, Prabhu. 20 and 22, 21.
Yes, ma'am. Kamaistaistaihritagyanaha prapatyante nyadevatah tam niyamam ashtaya prakritya niyata swayah.
Yes. Those whose minds are distorted by material desire surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures. So, I have to light this lamp and do this, and then maybe so many coconuts, so many this thing. So those who really require all the, they desire whatever they want to be fulfilled, they surrender to demigods. But everything goes to Krishna, although that immediate, you get all that you want, immediate gratification, immediate fulfillment of your desires. So those fulfillment of the desires, what happens? The demigods are done or actually given the work. He's a CEO and he gives all the works to the managers. So they manage everything. At least by that, slowly we gradually get into this. So immediately when your desires are fulfilled, you get that experience of, there is somebody whom I can. So they all worship demigods, and their minds are all distorted. Why? Because that material desires is still there in them. So I'm in everyone's heart as a super soul. As soon as one desires to worship the demigods, I make his faith steady. That also Krishna says, okay, I'm trying to make them believe so that he can devote himself to some particular deity. So that is also there. You will see, the deity worship, demigods worship, it is all there because he makes it steady. He says, okay, let their desires be fulfilled so that at least they have that, they don't become atheist. It is all his plans, his strategy to make you attract to come to him, closer to him. But then they will go to, the demigods means demigods only. They will go to Indraloka, and even they cannot understand. If that they have understood Krishna, will you think that Govardhana Giri, Indra gave such a trouble, such a calamity, and Krishna had to, for 7 days like this, holding that Govardhana hill. And these are all, even they could not realize. Brahma took away all the gopis. So Brahma also did not know that he is Bhagavan. Yes, next. Right.
Okay, so
Endowed
21.
with such a faith, we have a video. We'll
Okay.
try to go quick in this. Endowed with such a faith, he seeks favors of a particular demigod and obtains his desires. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. Krishna is giving all that knowledge. He is only doing it. He is inside and he is making them do. Ganesha goes and says, try to help all my devotees. He offers prayers. Lord Shiva offers prayers. They're all great bhaktas. They're all great devotees of Krishna again. They go and ask him, so, okay, let my, all my people, those who are there in this, let their desires be fulfilled, and that you have to help. Men of small intelligence worship the demigods because the ultimate goal is not known. So we just want to enter and get the desires fulfilled to be in the material world, come back again and again. Men of small intelligence worship the demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary. We are with all this golden plate being offered, but we just want a small candy. We love that candy itself and we are happy with it. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of demigods. But my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. Is very clearly given. You keep worshipping demigods, but thinking that it is all to Krishna. It is not wrong. He says your material world desires are fulfilled. Okay, but they go to the planets of the demigods. Yes, next. So unintelligent men who know me not think that I have assumed this form and personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is changeless and supreme. So it's like, Mayavadi, Maya, who is into Maya. So they are all unintelligent men. They don't know. They have this sort of an vision. Think that I have assumed this form and personality due to their small knowledge. They do not know my higher nature. What is his higher nature? We're having all those opulences. The highest one, the best in the beauty, best in the ultimate in the wealth, ultimate in the, in the renunciation. So ultimate in the intelligence, that sort of a knowledge they don't have. So they think that this is how I am. Yes, next. I'm never manifest. I'm never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I'm covered by my eternal creative potency. That is Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya, it is like, the created potential. And so the deluded world knows me not, who am unborn and I'm infallible. We are all fallible. Okay, he's not infallible. He doesn't have any attachment. We are all attached and we all can fall also. Okay, so we are all deluded, but he is not. And it is the Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya is also created. That Maya is, we have that delusion. We have that covering. We do not know. So somewhere we are coming out of it by understanding him. Oh, Arjuna, as a supreme personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me, no one knows. See, we do not know what we were in the previous birth. He knows all is past. But then, when we were, that is the beauty that in in Srimad Bhagavatam, for 6 months in the fetus, the child inside the mother's womb is like in ignorance. 7th month onwards, that consciousness develops, and he says, no, he remembers all 100 births. It's all given in detail in Srimad Bhagavatam. Can you imagine? No CT scan, nothing. How our sages and rishis, munis, our scriptures have explained everything in detail. So 7th month onwards, he says, no, Krishna, I know you. I don't want to be born again. It is much more grief and pain. So 7th month onwards, it's 10 months lunar calendar. So it is like, worshipping, praying, inside, and it is so difficult with all those. So we'll go in detail about it, and we will also see Transmigration, one documentary film here. We will understand it's much more pain. It seems that I haven't seen Mayapur ISKCON has got all these in 3-dimensional form of, the Srimad Bhagavatam explanation of what Prabhupada has given. It's out in the images. And if you see that, you will really be amazed. When does the nail come? When does this consciousness allow? When does the hair grow? What is that the fetus is thinking? It's so beautiful. It's amazing science. Everything is in our script. That is what we have to realize. Yes, next, Prabhu. So here the shloka is given. Prabhu, read. Yesham Tuva.
Okay, ma'am. Yesham tav antagatam papam jnananam punyakarmanam te dvandva mohanirmukta bhajante mam dridavratah.
Dhridavrata. Dhrida means it's like, dhridam. You are so determined. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, whose sinful actions are completely eradicated and who are freed from the duality of delusion, engage themselves in my service with determination. When I was just in 6th and 7th grade and all, I used to just look at Krishna's photo and say, you and me are friends. I'm just still imagining. I didn't know about Bhagavad Gita. I didn't read that. But then I used to look at him and talk to him. I used to look at him, and my father used to say, she is going to become a sannyasini. What is happening? She doesn't come out of the room. So I was just thinking, I used to personify and think that he's standing in front of me. I don't know. So it is something like free from the previous birth. We all are into mode of passion. Okay, we are all into that anxiety and stress and whatever. But how that connection brings us back to the Krishna consciousness. That is the beauty. So persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, I wouldn't be there in that, and who are freed from the duality of delusion, engage themselves in my service with determination, whatever may be, even if I have to take my classes, but I will not leave Bhagavad Gita. That determination. So finding out time, finding out even few minutes. No, I'm with Krishna. I'm cooking, I'm with Krishna. Oh, I'm cooking for him. I'm cooking for him. make it as a prasadam and give it to offer to Krishna, and then eat and then serve, then give. You will enjoy it. Giving is enjoying all this. Okay. Yes. Next. There's so much to explain. There's so much to share. That I think, in the first go, it was very, very difficult. Those who know me as a Supreme Lord, as a governing principle of this material manifestation, who know me as the one underlying all the demigods and as the one sustaining all sacrifices, can with steadfast mind understand and know me even at the time of death. So at the time of death, also one will come to know that who Krishna is, because always it's been remembered. Always, he's been remembered. So the Vishnu Dutas, and I'll tell you the story tomorrow. So they come, and the worst person also goes through, but then at the time of death, if he is remembering Krishna. So what happens with the steadfast mind? All the sacrifices, whatever he's been doing at that time, know me even at the time of death, even at the time of death. So in Mukunda Mala, it is given Kapavata Pittam. So, Kapam, Vatam, Pittam is all doshas. It's all disease oriented things in it's not balanced. And that is what happens while, so we have that 4 defects: birth, old age, disease as we grow, and then death. We don't realize this. So in the old age, where is the time for remembering Krishna? Oh, I'll do it at the age of 60. I'll do it at the age of 70. I'll do it later. Though these are all meant for later period. This is what, the normal human peak. So not realizing whatever I am earning is all perishable, and it is all not permanent. So permanent is only one. And when permanent is only one, why can't we work, earn enough money, just keep what is required, and keep doing the charities also. So that sort of a state. Now, when we understand, when we have that steadfast mind, they only know Krishna. Yes, next Prabhu. Okay, okay. Saloni Mataji, it will be available, but we are going to immediately after this, we will show the 7 minutes on Gita's Bhagavatam. That's the birth and death transmigration. The stories I'm not able to, because we go a little late in this. No problem, Saloni Mataji. The recording will be available. Prajesh Prabhu will upload it, and he's been doing it. So, okay, this is the end, the last slide here. So we understood the glories of knowledge about Krishna. So in the Bhakti from 7th onwards till 12th, you will find the cream, the essence of Bhakti. Enjoy, not even one shloka we can read. This is the nectar. So the knowledge of Lord Krishna energies, that also we are trying to understand. We have tried to understand. I'm not saying we have understood it, everything. Surrendering unto Lord Krishna is the ultimate devotional service. Demigod worship and impersonalism, Mayaiva Vihitan Hitan. That is, he has only created all that, so that we have that faith and we go nearer. And he is the one person who's going to be giving you that. So from delusion to devotion, from delusion, we are all into this Maya, Yoga Maya. From that to devotion, how we are going to travel. Thank you, Prabhuji, that you have been, doing this service. We move on to that quick birth and death documentary. Yes. Then we'll have question answer session.
Yes, Mataji, share.
Yes. You can play that. This transmigration, how this body changes, how we take birth again and again. Do you really want into this birth and death cycle? Or, we get into, and somebody is giving you the guarantee that, you can come to Vaikuntha, you can get out liberated, liberation of the soul. Can that happen? So this is what, it is just a 7-minute video. It is made by ISKCON. Yes. birth again, death again. That's the
that when the body is no more usable, then the body is finished and the soul again enters another body. This is called transmigration. What is the next body you are going to get? You must have information.
dreaming?
You're actually in the middle of the workshop right now, sleeping. This is your first lesson in training.
Isn't it amazing? So, birth and death again, transmigration. The soul is very pure, and imagine how it grows and remembers 100 births before, and then how we fall back. And then once we come out, oh, it's a girl, it's a boy, and enjoyment and everything we forget. That's it. So, yes, we get into, and all these are given in Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the beauty. We need to understand our scriptures. And once we are into this cycle, do we need to come out? Yes, we are into this. We don't want to. We are all just part and pick and speak and particles, a small dot in this. So let's remember it. And any question right now, we have passed a lot of time, but I'm sure you enjoyed it. Yes, Srijita. Yes, I know. Every time I see, every time I feel, and it looks like a new one, you know, every time it is you that really, gets into the heart and say where we are, what imprisonment, what is this material world? And we are thinking this is an enjoyment. Is this real enjoyment? Yes, enjoy devotional service. And so start chanting. I'll stop here. If you have any questions, write in the group also. I'll try to answer so that, if I go beyond the time and I'm seeing the reduction in our, and I don't want you to leave the group. And please be with us in this travel. And this is the ultimate for liberation, understanding Krishna, absolute truth, and knowing him and doing the devotional services. So, Hare Krishna. Yes. Prajesh Prabhu, thank you very much. We will start
Hare
today.
Krishna.
We have to chant. If any question is there, you can put anything. You can unmute and ask.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for, very nice chanting the shlokas. Keep going. It's very important. Enjoy it. Yes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Your WhatsApp, just the questions, it is fine, but don't keep answering with one another. That is why the admin, Prajesh Prabhu tries to, because we need to have that niyama, if you remember, although that internal and external discipline, that discipline to maintain, we need to follow certain rules. Thank you very much. I will stop. And today being the 7th, 42 times. And I was explaining in the beginning that how to chant the mantras and keeping this. And this is the Sakshi, the Krishna Sakshi. And then, this finger is the earth, me, I. So that also needs to come out of this. And then if you have it, you tie it, and it is very easy to hold it and move on. And when you do it for others, you can do it the other way around. And I'll explain it tomorrow again. And so when you start chanting for yourself, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's all there in that. And if you think that, you want to do it for someone else, praying for others, praying for the community, praying for the universe, praying for the welfare, well-being of others is also taken care. This vibration, this chanting vibration can do an enormous benefits for everybody, the community services. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Please chant 42 times today, but we will stop here. Okay, we will stop so that if you have any classes and other things, you can see it, but chant.